coffee, especially, yeah, I'll take the elevator rather than walk down three. Why was she walking down 3 flights of stairs?
Apparently, she wasn't walking. Sounds like she was bouncing
like,
down 3 flights. Yeah, yeah.
How do you fall?
Yeah, if she was walking, she wouldn't be dead.
And didn't
Come
spill
on,
a
man.
drop. And
You
didn't
fall
spill a
down like
drop.
4 stairs, maybe. Like you just don't keep falling. That would be hilarious,
now-
especially if it's like a level and then it levels out at a platform.
Right. That's why I said 3
and
flights.
then it turns and it goes down, and then it turns and it goes down. That means she has to go across each level to fall to the stairs.
That's like a Tim Conway sketch.
Yeah.
Is that who used to do that? We used to just like, oh God, oh, can't stop it. Like,
So now I'm watching this yesterday. Sherry Jacobus has this video out, and she's questioning this. She says in the video that Ivana was scheduled to be deposed the following day. She died on July 14th. July 15th, the entire Trump family was scheduled to be deposed in this civil suit about Trump organization of defrauding charities and all this stuff. Now, I was under the assumption, or not of the belief, that she had been talked to by Michael Wolff about Ivanka's secretive abortion when she was 15, that was actually daddy's baby, and she was going to be spilling the beans in a new book 2 days before. She was told Michael Wolff 2 days before, and then she just falls down the stairs or bounces down the stairs. But then I did some digging, and it turns out she wasn't part of the people who were getting deposed. Everybody else in the family was getting deposed. She got excused from the deposition, or at least temporarily. But that set back the entire deposition. They postponed it so the kids could go to the funeral, blah, blah, blah. And then, according to some of the people, Ivanka, the daughter, testimony or deposition changed after that, like she was intimidated. And the idea that Sherry is kind of floating out there, that Orange Daddy used his ex-wife to send a message to his kids about watch what you say in the deposition. Like, do you think he's that fucking just evil? Like, I'm going to scare my kids by having them think I will kill them if they say the wrong.
Again, this is just a hypothesis based on some of the things we know from police records. Trump did have a volatile temper with Ivanka, right? Ivanka, which one's the wife? Ivana?
Yeah.
Ivana. Because there's a police report that he raped her, and abused her after he got his hair plugs. It was so painful. He raped her and beat her and
that's in her first book. She wrote about that.
Right. So we do know he has that in him. It's possible that he went to, quote, talk to her and went into another rage and then perhaps mishandled her near the steps. And
I don't think he would do it himself.
No, because that's murder. He would not murder her himself. But he did abuse her himself. It's not like he, and again, it was out of rage and so I'm not saying he planned. I'm just saying that it's possible that he went to talk to her, and I'm doing the rabbit ears for the people on the radio in case they can't tell by the way I said talk to her, that
he's G.D. Fenderson Jr. now with coke on his lip.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna give Trump the benefit of the doubt. This is what I think happened. I think he went to talk to her. They were at the top of the stairs. He's like, no one falls downstairs better than I do. Why don't we have a competition? You go first. And then she didn't do so well. And he didn't do he didn't try.
He did try, but he has this gesture that prevents him from hurting himself.
Moving, where his hand jerking off, sucking a cock.
Yeah, it's almost like a break, I'm the greatest downstairs.
She was an athlete. She was a skier and had supposedly very good.
Yeah, but she doesn't ski on steps. That's a totally different art form.
Well, honestly, though, if you're a good athlete and you do fall differently than other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Even downstairs, you do have a tendency to know how to catch yourself or roll or whatever.
Yeah.
I've done martial arts for well over a decade, And if I fall, I turn that fall into a fall where I'm not
roll.
hurt myself. Either I
Right.
roll or I do a break fall or something like that.
Yeah.
I even did that when I broke my leg. I broke my ankle and I was in one of those immobilizer from the knee down.
I
you know, like
remember that
the lock
time I
on
told
feet.
you to bend over and grab your ankles. That was fun.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. But I was also I had one of those carts, you know, the knee scooters that you put your knee on and you use your other leg. And it was in
Right.
the snow, and I was on that, and it hit something, and I actually flipped over the top of that, and I just rolled and popped right back up on my good leg. So, you know, I think a lot of athletes can fall well. She was clearly murdered. I mean, I said that most people I think said that when it happened. Like, yeah, they killed her.
Doesn't the
But the thing
elevator?
is, but people said it like it's normal. She was killed. They murdered
Yeah,
her.
actually, yeah, you're right, GD. They did. They're like, yeah, another casualty of
Yeah,
Trumpism.
yeah.
All right, but let's just dial back here a little bit. She had an elevator right there. Right there, she supposedly has information that her NDA just expired. So she had an NDA with him that had just expired a week before. She had an elevator there. She had several flights, not just one flight of stairs, which kind of, what did she trip or that whole fucking thing? Like, how do you?
That's Tim Conway. That's a Tim Conway bit.
Right. Now, one more thing. The cops the very next day said it's not suspicious and just ruled it an accident. On July 15th, this happened on the 14th. On the 15th, they ruled it likely from a fall, no foul play suspected. Wrap it up. Boom, boom, boom. All this, like, nobody questioned. There's an elevator there. She's got information.
Well, I think part of it.
73, not like
I
73.
think part of it is the fact that she was older, and a lot of times when people are older, they say, "Okay, wrap it up." They don't want to suspect foul play. You know, if there isn't any obvious foul play, they're not going to look for foul play. They're going to say they were old, they fell. They were old, they had a heart attack.
The cause
they
of
were
death,
old.
yeah.
They
Cause of death is blunt trauma to the torso, not to the head, to the torso. Now there's two torsos, right? Upper torso, lower.
Yeah, so it's possible that once she got down, and maybe that's how she got down the rest of the steps. Somebody nudged her with their foot in the torso.
They stair surfed on her.
Yeah, that's possible too.
Yeah, they used her as a surfboard and just surfed on down the stairs.
Or when she got to the first landing, they nudged her with their foot to get her to the second landing.
Oh, what? It
nudged her with their foot.
Ruptured her aorta. What blunt trauma? Like collapsed her lungs? What do they say? I'd have to see the autopsy. I'd have to see the official autopsy.
Yeah, I think we should see the autopsy.
You would think, but I don't even know if an autopsy was done, right?
Can we dig up the body? Can we dig up the body and take a look at it?
Yeah. Can we?
No, because we don't know where the body is. We know there's a coffin full of like Russian papers buried on a golf course somewhere.
She's probably alive.
She's with Epstein.
Let's start that new one. She's actually alive because she's a billionaire anyway. And she's just chilling somewhere.
But being a medical professional, John, seriously, now give me, and I know you're not a forensic, whatever.
I'm the forensic guy.
Coroner. You're not a coroner, but how common is it for somebody to die from blunt force injuries to the torso? Like, what does that even mean? Like, I broke a rib?
No, 9 times out of 10, if an older person falls, there is shearing of the blood vessels in the brain. And this is because as we age, our brain atrophies as a common cause of aging. That's just normal. So you have a fixed structure, which is your skull. Just think of it that way simply. And then you've got your brain that's in there. And there are blood vessels attached all through there. And as you fall, if you hit the back of your head, you hit the front of your head, that brain moves forward and shifts back and forth. That will cause the blood vessels to shear or rupture or cut. And then you've got a bleed in the brain. You also will like get a contusion or like a bruise to the front of the brain. And then that causes that bleeding, which causes increased pressure in the head, which causes people to herniate or die relatively quickly. That is the most common thing. To have someone say that they have blunt trauma to the chest as cause of death, that is weird, I think. But I'm not a forensic person, but that is from an ER trauma nurse.
That sounds like kicking him down the other two flights.
Punching, something like that. Blunt force.
Well, I don't think if she fell down the stairs, I don't think they'd punch her. I think they'd kick her because if it's Trump, again, to go back to my theory, he's not going to bend over to hit her, but if he's angry enough, he will kick her.
Maybe he thought she
You
was
know,
pregnant and he just wanted to, and it was his baby. He thought it was his baby because he doesn't know that people stop being able to produce babies. And he was like, we're going to end it. We're going to give you an abortion right now. Throws her down the stairs.
all right.
Oh.
Here, just with all that we've that I've said, which you guys haven't even validated to be true yet. You're just going by my stupid recap of Sherry Jacobus's stupid recap. Doesn't at least raise suspicion that the cops just closed that case without even questioning it the very next day? Like, first of all, the elevator, she had an elevator there. Why take the stairs at all? Second of all, she lived in this very ritzy apartment thing. Nobody heard her fall. Nobody came out. They found her at the bottom of the stairs like later, like she had been laying there. Nobody heard, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
None of it, and then just to say, well, wrap it up here. Court case tomorrow is postponed. You guys do what you got to do, get your ducks in an order, and then none of it seems like, I don't know.
Now, I could say this though: if she has 3 flights of stairs, what is there evidence that she fell down 3 flights of stairs? I mean, it would be more likely that she fell like the last 3 stairs or something like that.
Yeah.
And that will very commonly kill an older person. You have people that do what we call ground level falls that die from shearing forces. But again, it's not blunt trauma to the chest. And I would like to know what they mean by blunt trauma. Do they mean exactly? Did they rupture the aorta? Did they have pneumothorax or hemothorax or something that caused
Did they break her rib and the rib puncture her lung?
Yeah, and that would just collapse one lung, and then she just.
With all the suspicious circumstances, to close the case the next day. Listen, if it was a prostitute on the street, they would keep it open for more than a day, right? I mean, this is
only to make sure they clear the cops of any wrongdoing,
right? And this, they want to make sure they exonerate Trump in every possible way, don't they? I mean, it just feels.
Well, you don't know. Well, if they suspect Trump did it, then keeping the case open wouldn't exonerate him. They would just expose him to more evidence.
Yeah, you're right. If they thought he did it, but
if they thought he did it, right? If they said, "Oh shit, look at that mark on her chest. That is the bottom of Trump's soul. He's the only one that wears these, whatever that shoe." Bruno, was it Bruno Mars? The shoes that OJ wore. Bruno
5 for gold plated slip on.
What was the shoes that OJ wore? Is it Bruno Marley's? Bruno, the expensive
Bruno. Yeah, that is a Bruno something. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they saw that tread mark on her body and went, "Oh, there's only one person around here who has that shoe."
So I can't believe it. You guys are just dismissing this as that. It's just
I'm not dismissing.
You're just saying Trump's innocent, right? He's
innocent. Absolutely not.
See,
absolutely not.
I don't. I think Matt wears those headphones, but I don't think they work because he doesn't hear a damn thing correctly.
I'm sorry. Did you say something? I thought I heard you.
Here's the thing. There's people who have narcissistic tendencies. And then there are people who are clinical narcissists. I 100% believe that Trump fits every description of a clinical narcissist. So he has a true medical condition, and someone like that doesn't care about the life of someone else. All they care about is themselves. So he's just if you just eliminate problems all the time, I would assume.
But even for me, the Sherry's idea that he just used this as a way to send a message to his kids, like, you better, when you testify, you better say the right things. That's as evil as it gets. I'm going to kill your mother and throw it down the stairs just to send a message. That's beyond Sopranos fucking crazy. That's
I'm not one to, I'm not one to believe that it was a message sent. I honestly just believe it's an act of rage. But again, that's just based on the hearsay that I just overheard.
Right.
The hearsay I just heard you say.
Yeah. Fact check me on any.
I'm not going to take the time to fact check on it because I don't.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm telling the audience there to go fact check, because when Sherry Jacobus said on her little video yesterday that
I'm not even going to fact check you on how to pronounce her name. or even
Oh,
how to spell it.
she fact checked me on that, like, because I kept going to Jacobus, and she's saying Jacobus. So, but she said that Ivana was due in court the next day, and I fact checked that, and then there's no credible source that she was supposed to testify. The testimony or the deposition was supposed to start the next morning. That's true, but it was supposed to be Eric, Don Jr., Ivanka. I think that's it. So, but and that case, I think, eventually went against the Trump Foundation anyway, and they own millions of dollars that they never paid in civil fines, and lost the charity specification. They can't operate a charity in New York ever again, which is like they'll just move to New Jersey. But the whole thing feels way too suspicious to just say, okay, accident, wrap it up, no more. And nobody talked about it for 10 years now until Sherry brings this up on YouTube again. Because I've been saying he murdered his wife, but I thought it was because she was going to spill the beans on the abortion that Ivanka had when she was 15. And rumors were that
And you're saying murder, and I think if he did it, it was more like manslaughter. I don't think it was murder. I don't think that was the intent. I just think he would have just snapped. The man, because murder implies he thought about it. What the fuck does he ever think about? You know, if anything gets carried out, if he has a thought that gets carried out, he's not the one that usually carries it out. He goes, it would be a real shame if something happened to your house and then someone else does it. It'd be a real shame if someone threatens you.
So, right, but let me get, because when you're saying manslaughter, that's like a fit of rage in the moment. Like he went there to have a discussion with her about the NDA. Why would he even go there?
Sure, about the NDA. Why won't you sign a new NDA? I brought one with me. Why don't you? You know, we could settle this like civilized people. Why are you being such a cunt? Whatever.
Oh wow!
You know?
I'm sorry. What was that word?
Oof.
Yeah. NDA.
Bloody cunt. You fucking cunt.
Wow.
I don't think he does anything himself. I don't think he was even there. My guess is he has a fixer, and they just fix stuff for him with a blanket contract to do what they want.
Maybe the elevator was slow. Maybe
reliability.
Yeah, I don't know.
We are going to lose some of our standing as a podcast for science if we keep this up, because we're starting to get into things that we can't scientifically, prove.
I was thinking about the science thing yesterday and how the fuck we ever got in. But I have had a lot of scientists on. Have had a lot of doctors on. So there's been some, and I don't know if like the paranormal people, like what cryptologists and
cryptozoologists.
Cryptozoologists, right? What did I say? Cryptologist?
Yeah, something.
That's Alan Katz, cryptologist. But I don't know if they consider that science. But I'm figuring with all those people, those mentions of we've had brain surgeons on, heart surgeons, stem cell research people, all sorts of those kind of doctors on the program. Maybe they're just the algorithm just picks up on words in the conversations that, they must be a science podcast. Because I never put us in a category of science on any of the podcast networks. I don't even know if you can do that from Spotify now. When I was on, Simplecast was the paid service. You could kind of specify different platforms. We want to be in this category. We want to be in that category. Spotify, you just upload it and they pick the category. So, but I'm just guessing on how the hell we ended up in science for good pods.
Science.
I see you guys are finally on IMDb though.
Oh, what?
What?
Matt's on IMDb. Yeah, you are. That's how I saw it. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't.
You did say that, and I meant to start an IMDb page because I have like hundreds of episodes on, over 100 episodes of some programs, and with guests and stuff. So I think
I didn't create my own IMDb page. I think Craig. What's Craig's last name? Somebody would come up with Craig's last name.
Craig Forrest. Oh, that's the kid I went to school with. That's third grade. Never mind.
Craig is a guy from Off the Cuff Cooking. He was originally on the Roku channel when I had that.
Craig, Matt Napo
Yeah,
was known for off-the-cuff healthy cooking with Craig Mitchell.
Craig Mitchell. There you go. Craig is
And-
a gay fella who
well, that's irrelevant.
Yeah, unless she's cooking sausage.
he wants to
wondered.
taste the mine. He wants to taste the mine hot dog badly. And I just, this is why I talked about my homophobia. And this is, I like Craig. He's a friend, but I don't want to be alone with him in a room. This is where homophobia comes in. I don't want to be alone with him when he tries to fucking like suck my cock, and then I have to say, "Listen, dude, I'm not into that. I hate to break your heart. I know how."
Now, I'm just saying,
delicious it looks.
Now, I think there has to be a few steps before he sucks your cock. Okay,
maybe.
First of all, I would think that one, your cock would have to be like out there somewhere. Yeah, it's not like it's in your pants and you try to suck it.
So wait a minute. If I'm gonna
take, we need to discuss why your cock is out of your pants so that he would want to try to suck it. That's what we need to discuss.
It does seem odd. It does seem odd. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it just seems weird. There's an unseen cock there, and he just wants to suck it. He doesn't even know.
I generally walk around with my cock out most days. My cock is out right now.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
So I mean, I generally have my cock out because it needs air.
Okay. So, well, GD has an IMDb also. It just has nothing on it.
Yeah, I started an idea and I didn't finish it. I got interrupted, and I better go back. And that's been like 2 weeks. I got to start over.
See, we didn't start ours. We didn't start ours, which is I always think is odd.
Well, I gotta
see mine.
I am in a couple of things that should be on the IMDb, but like one of the movies, I can't even remember the name of the movie. Okay, honestly, I can't remember the name of the movie, and I was just an extra. I didn't have a speaking role. I just had a recurring scene where I'm in the background, because every time they shot the group in the back, they had to have consistency. So sitting in the same chair, with the same drink, with the same gesture,
See, I would have thought I had more than this on my IMDb page. Something.
Do you have car wash on it?
Oh, no.
See, you would have, that
maybe
should be
I
the
could
first...
go in and add my own little, because I'm in more than just off the cuff.
Yeah, it says you can add your own stuff. Yeah. So I'm wondering, would it make any difference if we updated some stuff in IMDb for our podcast or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
use IMDb other than to look to see if they're gonna when they do a search about being a guest or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and do the IMDb, update my IMDb. That's on my to-do list for before I die.
Yeah,
that's
how important.
See, that's one of the problems with the way I live my life. I set aside a certain amount of time to do something, and if it's not done in that amount of time, I have to find another segment, another day or another week, another hour where I can devote it to that, because something else is scheduled to do. If I can't finish things on my time schedule, I'm fucked because, I have to wait until I have enough time to do something else again.
They have me listed as with the Last Rites podcast too, which is Carl's old show. Carl doesn't do that anymore. But there's been much more than that. I got to add stuff to my IMDb page.
Yeah, so I got to add. I guess I should add Coffee with the Dog so that I can get recognition for that. When people Google me, the other shit doesn't come up instead of this.
What other shit?
What, all of your
ambush shit?
Private charges, impersonating a white guy, impersonating a white person.
There was another podcast, another show that someone that Googled me at an open mic. They Googled my name, and the first 10 things about me was affiliated with another show, and that other show just basically bashes me.
Yeah.
So, and I thought to myself, that's weird. I've been on this show longer than, I've done more than 10 episodes on this show.
At least 11.
Yeah, 11 or 12. And I think they've only done maybe 10 or 12 episodes on me on that other show. And like the first 10 things are on that show.
Wow.
I got told this weekend that my comedy smells like piss and shit.
Jackie should never have said that to you.
I mean,
Comedy smells.
Yeah. like that was an
How do you-
interesting comment, but sure.
I've heard comedy stinks, but I never heard comedy smells. Like smell and stink are two different.
I said
oh,
stinks.
that's awful.
Stinks.
But
I
the smell actually.
I think to get the smell of comedy, you actually have to take a whiff of the microphone after several comedians have used it.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I don't.
Let's give them a reason to think this is a science podcast. Smell and taste are actually the same sense. Go ahead, you guys discuss amongst you.
Well, and that's one of the things I taught. I was teaching my little girl about how the sense of smell works and how the sense of taste works. And I said, when you actually smell stuff, you literally, it's not just the aroma, you're actually smelling small molecular pieces of that thing floating through the air, and your nose picks it up. I said, and then I said, so if you're in the bathroom and you smell something that smells like shit, that is actually little molecules of shit that are floating around, and they're in your nose.
It's picking up on your taste buds and your tongue. Oh,
yeah. I said, so that's actual. That is literally, yes, you just little molecules of shit are floating around. They're so small that they can float on air, and that's what's getting in your nose.
God,
actual shit.
I hate
She
to
goes,
science
oh my
it up,
God.
but I hate to science it up, but you really should break it down by the cranial nerves and how they respond to smell, taste.
Well,
Like,
I was
cranial
talking
nerve
to
one.
I was talking to a 7-year-old. I didn't want to go like two.
Well, I'm trying to science it up. If you want some science, I'll science it up for you.
Go ahead.
Science it up a little bit. Here, before you, I want to preface this, but because I have seen people with credentials like up the wazoo arguing over this very subject, taste and olfactory being one sense, and why do we call it? There really are only 4 senses, not 5. It's the same thing, and they argue back. You have people on both sides of it arguing like it's fucking the most important issue of the day.
I think what makes it a sense is what part of your body picks it up, so to speak. I mean, for example, eyes. Okay, you can throw sand in somebody's eyes. Okay, when we talk about the eyes, we still don't talk about them feeling, even though the eyes can feel the sand. We think of them as being sight receptacles, and not just.
The only thing that gets me is how they argue over this, like it's like viciously argue over this, like it's an important distinction, and we really need to clarify.
Well, there are some people's doctorates are at stake here. There are people who've written dissertations, to get their doctorate on these things, and they have to defend it.
Well, maybe they just have number 4 in science podcast, and they're trying to overtake us because they see we're number 3, and they think the way to do it is
I don't even think that
the census controversy. Let's get on that.
But that's back to the whole defending your doctorate thing. By the time you write your thesis, dissertation, or your capstone, whatever your college calls it, it's a good chance that that's not even relevant anymore. It will have changed. Like I did my doctorate project on male testosterone deficiency syndrome. If you look at that now, I would not follow my.
You didn't even know me then.
I just naturally assumed when I met you. See, when I meet people for the first time, I automatically diagnose them. I think I told GD this.
Yes, yeah.
And I can't help it. I just do that. Oh,
what do I got?
You just can't.
Now, okay. Now, when you meet somebody and you have this first thing, it's like, okay, this is how I think they're going to die. Mm-hmm. How often does actually getting to know the person change your mind about how you think they're going to die?
Well, that would mean I would have to interact with them on a regular basis, which, as we all know, if you don't know that, I do not like to do that.
Yeah, but for example, Matt and you've talked to, and I mean, I don't know that you've actually assessed us and went, this is how I think they're going to die. But now you've interacted with us on a number of occasions. And so unless you have to meet them physically in order to get that whole sense, like, okay, now I've seen you and I've seen your gait. I can, smell the old man smell, and now I think I know how you're going to die, and then after you've been there, encountered them for a while, go, something, I may have missed this. I don't think they're going to die of leukemia. I think I'm just going to strangle them.
Oh, that's possible too. That's possible. Yeah. That is not my preferred way to do it because the way I do it is very brutal, strangling. I still prefer to do it as a neck break. So what I do is I come up behind you with some sort of a, like either a really thin rope or a belt that doesn't stretch. And what I do is
Okay.
I loop it over your head like this. Okay. I know you guys can't see this, but so imagine I'm behind someone. I've got a belt in
Pants
my
on
hands,
or
wrapped
off?
on my hands. No, my pants are on.
Okay.
My pants are on. Throw it over their head, so towards their face, and then I pull it back. And as I pull it back, I then spin underneath the belt. So it crosses the belt. And
Okay.
now
Yeah.
they're on my back.
Gotcha.
So
Ooh.
they're on my back. My back is against their back. And I pull down to choke them and break their neck at the same time. And then I throw them
Okay.
over my shoulder and stand across them and continue to tighten down to make sure that they're dead.
Okay.
That's
Now
how
are you wearing gloves? So how thin is it? Does this if it's like a piano wire, does it cut into your hands?
Well, see,
Or
I
is
don't
this
use
more
the
like
piano wire unless it's got the little knobs on the end. I mean, you can use like a stick or something. You got to use something that doesn't break though. That you wrap
something that doesn't
wire.
break but does bend? So like a belt,
Yeah.
a scarf, maybe a shower curtain.
Tripwire actually works really well. The stuff that we use to rig up
Yeah.
little pop flares and stuff. That tripwire.
An
I have
old
a couple
bra.
spools of that.
An
That
old
works
bra
well.
might work.
Yeah. But if I was going to do it, that's how I would do it. That's called a sentry takedown.
So,
Like
in case anybody
CENTRY
hasn't
or
caught on yet,
SENTRY or CENTURY, like they
SENTRY.
haven't. Oh, okay.
this is our segment where we give you great holiday ideas. So that's one of them. You for Christmas dinner, if there's somebody who's coming for Christmas dinner, you're not all that fond of.
Now, what is that device called that you use? Is that my
Garrote.
brain?
Garrote
It
take.
starts
Yeah,
with the
garrote.
G.
Yeah.
What?
Garrote.
Garrote. Okay, because my brain kept wanting to say grommet. I said no. A grommet is something totally different.
Well, you can
Yeah.
use a grommet to secure your garrote. I mean, if you don't want it to warp the sides of your, your little pieces at the end of your garrote.
Yeah.
The best one is Carlo. Are you familiar with Carlo? GD should be familiar with Carlo if he actually did watch the movie that he said he watched.
I did watch The Godfather. It was brutal.
Carlo.
It was
Carlo.
brutal. The first 20 minutes was about that fucking wedding. First 19 minutes and 42 seconds, that fucking wedding. It's like, really? You know, I could have gone. By the time I watched that scene in the Godfather, I could have gotten married, gone on a honeymoon, conceived a child, and married that child off to another Italian. By the time that fucking scene ended in that movie.
The first 20 minutes was about the wedding. It wasn't really about the wedding.
It was about the fucking wedding. The 19 minutes, 42 seconds.
Deals. Back to the science. Back to your whole thing. Anyway, back to the whole thing with the sensory stuff. People who are arguing about senses are those people who are non-medical people or non-science? Or are you talking people like soft sciences? Because in medicine, we don't break it out.
A little bit of both. We have. This is where it gets interesting. We do have physicians who are arguing on the side of separate senses, olfactory and whatever the taste is. And then we have NLP and these people who think body language analysis and psychologists and psychiatrists and NLP dudes arguing on the fact that it's one combined sense that we.
First of all, those NLP dudes, they can't even get a fucking loan for what they study, so they don't count.
What's an NLP?
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Programming, yeah.
Okay.
They can't even get a loan to study. If here's the thing, if you cannot get a loan or a grant, so you can study that craft, it's not a real craft. Okay.
I think you can get a loan.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can change your perspective on that, GD.
Okay.
There is, when women go through menopause,
okay, they have NLPs.
When women go through menopause, their ovaries stop producing high levels of progesterone. Right. When it's supposed to, after they've ovulated. So in other words, they don't ovulate anymore, so their body won't produce high levels of progesterone. Right. Okay. This is well known. Also, their estrogen dips. Now, the reflex response from OB doctors and all those other people is to give the woman estrogen, even though she doesn't need estrogen. She actually needs progesterone. That's what stopped. So even though the estrogen went down, giving her more estrogen isn't going to help because there's supposed to be a ratio of progesterone to estrogen. Let's say it's 2-to-1 just for simplicity.
Okay, sure.
Okay? Now, there are not very many studies on using progesterone to treat women with menopausal symptoms. And this is why. Now, it's not because it's a dumb idea and you can't get money to do a research study on it. The reason why is because most of the companies that give you money for research, a lot of them are somehow linked to the pharmaceutical industry. Progesterone, because it's a natural product that has been out and available for purchase over the counter, there is no benefit for a pharmacology or a pharmaceutical company to fund research on it because they can't make any money on it. So it's a valid idea for a study that should receive money, but it doesn't. So
now I'm just going to push back a tad because they can make money off of it, even though it occurs naturally. They make money off of all kinds of shit that occurs naturally. What they need to do, like, for example, if they add caffeine to it, then they can say it's this and a stimulant. Okay.
I mean, yeah,
and then give it a different name, like progestafine, something like that. And then ask your doctor about this today, and so they could make money off of it. I just don't think they want to, or they don't listen to me and they don't know that they can make money off of it yet. But yeah, you add caffeine.
Actually sounds like a decent idea.
Yeah, you add caffeine and maybe vitamin B12 or something like that.
Vitamin D in there too. Why not?
Yeah, D3, not D2. No, D2, because D3 you can buy over the counter, but D2,
right, D2 you can't.
Right. So it has to be D2. Can't be D3.
Interesting. But back to the whole.
Holy shit! Something, beef man. I think we just bumped up to number 2 in science.
Did we?
I think so. I think we just did.
Number 2 is something. Number 2, we definitely. I smell number 2.
You don't get this. You do not get this heavy kind of conversations.
Maybe the reason we're smelling number 2, or we could be tasting number 2, is because Stephen, the number 2 loan officer. He's not a loan. You're a fucking teller, dude. You're just a fucking teller, dude. Go tell her, dude.
I think he's just an obstacle.
I'm just pissed at him because he promised me. He promised me several times he was going to send me a bag of money, and he never sent me a bag of money.
We're likely to get a bag of dicks from Steven.
No wonder he's. I'm going to go to his fucking bank, the Bank of Indiana losers. Is that
Can I go back to this whole sensory thing?
Sure. Yes, please.
The easy thing to do is, yes, you can think of the body as more than one. I tell my patients, I'm like, your body is not like a car. So in other words, like if your tail light doesn't work on your car, you can drive your car. You just got to get that tail light fixed. Not a big deal until the cops pull you over, whatever. But your car's still going to function right. We're not cars, we're organisms. So if one thing is off, something should be corrected, right? So it's easy to say that you could combine all the senses because we are one organism. It doesn't matter how you break it down from a physiological perspective. If we smell, we smell. If we taste, we taste. If they're combined senses, great.
I don't smell.
But if we smell, we should just.
Did GT say I smell?
It's better hygiene,
yes.
Right?
GT said I smell, didn't he?
The act of smelling.
Well, he said if we smell. He didn't say that we actually smell. He says if we smell, which implies that he can't smell us right now.
But if you want to end the argument, you don't talk about senses, you just talk about cranial nerves.
I don't care about any of the argument. I'm just fascinating that they can fucking argue over that shit like it matters. I don't care.
It does matter if that's how you. That's just now again. See, some people write their theses, their doctorate, whatever it is, whatever their school calls it. They write them, and then that's the last thing they do. They never get anything. They never write any other paper ever again.
I haven't. I've never.
And so, and to them,
it's not my thing.
And so they've never written another thing ever again. But they really were passionate about that one subject, And so it's like, yes, I kid you not. If I went to school and was getting a master's in math, a PhD in math, because I know a couple of people who have PhDs in math, I would want to write my thesis on creating a mathematical formula for the vanishing point, so that if you know how big something is, you can predict how far away it's going to be when it disappears.
Jesus.
That's what I want. And that's the formula that I've been working on for years, but I'm not I don't have enough math background to do that. And when I approached people who have doctorates, PhDs in math, they said that's useless. You know, it's like, yeah, maybe, but maybe it's not useless. You know, if you know how big something is, you can, because, and this is why I wanted to know. Okay, I had a helicopter, a remote control helicopter that I kept tweaking to try to make it go faster and better and faster and better. And then it went so fast that it got out of range of my remote control, but it was still powered by gas. So it was running and flying on its own, and then it disappeared. Now, I know that helicopter was 18 inches in real life. So if I know how far away it is when it disappears, I have an idea where to start searching for my helicopter.
My thesis, my entire doctoral career is centered on the fact I'm just trying to find my fucking helicopter.
Yes.
Right.
There's other ideas.
I lost my first drone up in one of the trees that is probably now chopped down. I don't know if I told you this, but the people who moved in are deforesting Shoreham completely. Can you find my drone while you're at it? But it just
only
coming.
If I know how big it was when it started, and did it disappear? So you say yours got lost trapped in a tree. I'm talking about mine was just, I watched mine disappear into the clouds, into the sky.
Why didn't you just pull out your laser rangefinder in your back pocket real quick and use that to figure out where you stopped seeing it? That would have given you a distance, at least from the last point.
But you have to have a point to that laser has to have something.
Look
to
at that when he does this.
Why didn't you pull out your laser rangefinder?
I didn't have one at the time.
Who doesn't carry a laser rangefinder in their back pocket to determine their distance to a target?
Somebody whose back pocket is filled with helicopter tools, not rangefinders. Oh. I was trying to tweak the helicopter, so I had like little screwdrivers and little swabs and stuff like that.
Sounds like a you problem if you don't carry your laser rangefinder around.
I think, like on Spotify, when I publish this on Spotify later, they offer you a poll, and I think one of the poll questions today obviously has to be: do you carry a laser rangefinder in your pocket? I think most people will answer in the affirmative, right? Most people will.
Just GD.
And if you're a really good ranger, you shouldn't be lost, so I shouldn't have to find you in the first place. But that's beside the point.
All right. But now coming back to this idea of how we got in science, because there have been lots of like pseudo imbecile science, flat earth discussions. And I don't know if I told you the guy who was on the show, he claimed to invent this thing that could diagnose you medically by you scanning a picture of yourself and uploading it to his machine. He had this thing that looked like a flatbed scanner. He takes your picture, runs it through there, and then gives you a complete diagnostic medical workup based on a picture that you sent him on an online thing. Now, does Good Pods think that qualifies as science? This guy was calling himself a scientist.
I know people who used to take Kirlian photography of objects of like missing limbs and stuff. You know, if somebody had an amputated leg, they used Kirlian photography to find phantom pain. You know, so people who had phantom pain still had an aura for that missing part.
I got to find this interview because unlike me, you probably think I'm just like very well-mannered and just very nice. You probably think I'm just a wonderful person overall and just a joy to be around. But I think,
did you even come close to thinking that?
Yes, you did. Now, but this guy was actually rude to. I don't know if that would shock you, but I didn't say, listen, I'm glad you got ass raped in prison, because he actually didn't get ass raped in prison. But I was calling him a fraud pretty much the entire program. But then I volunteered to, and he didn't know it was me. I went on his website and did the upload thing, but I uploaded a picture of my son who was dead at the time to ask for his diagnosis, and he was like, he had some like shoulder injury, something like he's fucking dead. Your image diagnostic machine, it kind of missed a big one on that.
I think now this is what he would say though. He would go, he was alive when you took this picture, and so this is based on what he had then. Of course, if you sent me a more recent picture, I could tell you he's dead.
Yeah.
All these companies are just, in my opinion, that's just exploitation of hope. Most of that stuff, a lot of these things that are not based in any research whatsoever, people are using and putting their faith in. And as I've said a million times, medicine's not perfect. I haven't said it a million times, but medicine's not perfect. And it is constantly evolving. Things that we do today, we didn't do yesterday. And that's how science works. Whereas you have all these other things out there that are just complete bullshit, never evolves. And you're telling people, oh, I'm detoxing you of heavy metals. Well, what proof do you have that they have heavy metal intoxication in the first place? And then what follow-up labs are you doing if you're saying you're detoxing them?
I gotta find this thing because I want to play you his. Because I did ask him, like, how the fuck is this supposed to work? Like, it's looking at a picture of you and somehow finding what's wrong with you medically. And his description, and I'm not going to do it justice here. And believe me, there's no justice to be done to it. But somehow, because you're all energy, and the ether knows your energy, the machine goes out and says, "This is the energy that we want you to search for." And you're putting this information out into the, it's like,
so in other words, it's bullshit.
It was complete bullshit. I was saying that the entire time. Like, this guy's I generally don't say, I'm glad you got ass raped in prison, get off my fucking show. But to this guy, I was like, this sounds like fraud. Like, you're making this up. Why should anybody believe? And it looks like you just fucking stuck a bunch of 4D cell batteries into a fucking flatbed scanner and calling it a fucking invention or something.
If he had actually, honestly, if his thesis or if his premise was that thoughts, thoughts, but not the images, if they were like looking for thoughts, if he could, that would be something different, because I'm of the mindset that thoughts are things,
right.
But that's different than saying I can take an image and then something out there is going to, do something with that image. No, that's stupid. I'm not even saying that tracking someone's thoughts isn't stupid. I'm not saying that that's not stupid, but to me, I would say, okay, frequency stuff, like bullshit like that. I said, okay, I can see where the scam is in that. I don't
even the Kumbaya people were like, this is just total bullshit. I think Zin went and signed up for his thing, or sent in a picture, and all he got was marketing stuff, follow up, no diagnosis at all. I don't even know how I would find this thing, because I don't remember what I called it, but I gotta find it, because the answers was just saturated in fucking bullshit that it's like, wow, man, how do people even how do you take yourself seriously with this stuff? But the bottom,
that's the thing.
The bottom line, yeah, people fall for it and send the guy money. That's the fucking wildest part of it. It's like, people actually fall for this? Yeah, yes, they do.
Obviously.
And I think a lot of it is because people don't want to go to the doctor. They don't want to go to a real doctor and find that. They don't want to get bad news. No, I'd rather this guy tell me I'm fine.
Well, but he's not going to. But that if he's basing it off of an algorithm, let's say he's basing it off in some stupid algorithm. Most likely he's not. But let's say he is. You're still not going to give everybody good news. Nobody's going to get 100% good news. There's plenty of companies out there now that are doing things where, and I don't agree with it, but who the fuck am I? Nobody. But there's plenty of companies out there now that are dipping their toes into doing this huge set of labs. And something that you're guaranteed you're always going to find something goofy with. Anytime you do a panel on somebody, there's going to be, usually there's something, at least one thing off, but does it mean anything? No, not necessarily. But there's these companies out there like the people who sell the Aura Ring. They're dipping their toes into doing labs. And there's all these functional medicine platforms that are doing labs. And all they're doing is drawing this giant set of labs, and you're paying money to get this giant set of labs drawn. And then somewhere, some provider is evaluating these labs, but they're not treating anything. They're saying, oh, this is what's wrong based on some AI program that they developed that's based off of results. And then they're saying to you, oh, you should probably follow up with your primary care provider about this. So now the primary care provider, you're going to them and you're giving them this giant list of bullshit labs. some regular labs that we would actually look at and some bullshit ones, and you're showing that to them and you're saying, look, what does this mean? And you're like, not much. But you paid how much for these labs to be done? So some AI could print out what could prospectively be wrong with you. It's the industry is completely flooded with that. And medicine doesn't make it any better because somebody has to interpret that stuff at the end point, which means we are enabling all this goofy shit.
Yeah. GD, do you remember? It was about a year ago. Last December.
I remember about a year ago. Yeah.
We had a guy on who was human hacked. His life. The guy kind of changed himself into a robot. I Am Machine. You remember that guy?
Yeah. He's not a robot, but he did put a bunch of shit in his body.
Put chips in himself, right? That could
so he can like scan things at the supermarket.
So I'm thinking that qualifies in the podcast world as being about science when it was really about just crazy
marketing.
Yeah, crazy people just seeking attention and trying to, find something like divine health. Within 1 week, we had human hack to alleviate pain and suffering, quantum rebel, rapid transformation. All these people who just have books about all these fucking pseudoscience, but not real science. Divine health and murder mystery, divine health. It's so the podcasting algorithm, whatever, they can't tell the difference between pseudo nonsense science and real science, and that's somehow that get medical weight loss and the Muddy Life. I mean, so they just see all these titles and stuff and think, "Wow, this is a science podcast." Because I never put us in science. Anyway, I don't know how to find that guy. I want to find that guy to hear some of his ridiculous explanations now.
Well, but if you have a question and you are going about researching that question and you're interested in it and you're looking for, when you have a hypothesis, the goal, you're trying to prove yourself wrong with a hypothesis. That's how it's actually supposed to work. You ask a question, and your goal now is to find all the research that disproves what you say.
Right.
So if they're actually going about it in a scientific manner, then it is science. It's just not how would you classify it? Science is just about discovery and understanding and asking a question and researching it and doing studies and everything. So yes, is it a science? Quote, sure. But can you classify it in a specific category of science? Who knows?
Yeah, and I don't think this one particular guy that I'm thinking of with the thing that looked like a flatbed scanner, I don't think he was employing any scientific method at all. He was just basically offended at me questioning. That looks like a flatbed scanner that you just kind of you're saying you invented this. It looks like something I could go out to Best Buy right now and buy one and just hack it up a little bit. So I don't think I think he was offended by questioning of it. He was not saying, let me disprove my hypothesis. He was like, let me just go out there and make claims. And if anybody questions it, I'll just say, shut up, piggy. Shut up.
Shut up, piggy. God, it's worst. Oh, my
I remember this I'm just going through these trying to find that guy. I remember every day of my life, this guy who had this condition, I forget what the condition, Frank Healy was his name, what they call the condition, that he actually has a vivid memory of any day of his life. You can pick out a date and he'll tell you exactly where he was, what he did that day, all day long, and detail every act of the day. And it's like, you could just say stuff. I can't fact check any of this stuff, right? It wasn't like you had a biographer following you around, so you could just say, read the headline. Read me wherever he was. I think he was LA based. Read me the LA Times from that morning, and let me see if I can fact check it.
The chick from Taxi can do that in real time. She's been on a bunch of shows and just did it. You give her a date, and she can tell you. What was her, Mary Lou Henner or something like that? The girl who was a lady who was on Taxi, the redhead.
Oh yeah,
she's known for that. Yeah. You can just give her a date and she can tell you. It's pretty, and they fact check her. It's pretty funny. I listened to it.
Yeah. She's good.
That's cool as hell.
And she was also quite sexually active.
She was also hot. She was like, what? Yeah, she was hot.
Who is this?
The lady from Taxi.
Mary Lou Henner. I think it was Mary Lou Henner.
Henner?
Oh, yeah. Mary Lou Henner? Henner?
She also doesn't drink any milk products. She's like, milk is for baby cows. Are you a baby cow? She's hot. Might be a little crazy, but she's hot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misspelled this. Mary Lou was in Wolverine. Marilu Henner.
Hello, Mary Lou.
Did I say something that your friend Supersonic won?
Ivy Supersonic?
And that they can't use Scrat anymore in any more movies from now on?
Wow.
I've been like, give me the money. Like, you can have the character. Give me the money. Give me the money.
Now she's crazier than crazy, right? No, you don't think so. You think she's I know she's autistic.
She's a character.
I'd say autistic. But she's kind of out there crazy. No? I've been a nice person and all.
She's big into pareidolia for sure. She definitely has that very consuming her everything.
I don't know how long ago this guy was on. It seemed like ages ago. You know what? I didn't hate Zinn at that time. So it was a long time ago. No, I don't hate Zinn. I say it again. I don't hate Zinn.
You had one guy on that I think he was an orthopedic doctor, and I really had a question for him. And I didn't get to give my question. He was very interesting. I was like, man, that guy would have been a
blind guy
question. No, he wasn't blind, but I think he was an orthopedic surgeon. And I had a question about,
and I didn't let you ask your question. I said I boxed you out. I cock blocked you. I didn't.
No, he was just talking like it was very interesting the entire time he was talking, and I think you guys were just in awe or confused.
I was probably confused because when I get these people who are really smart or really well educated and well informed and they talk about stuff, it's like I don't even know what to ask this person. And then I feel stupid. I start to beat myself up. Boy, you should have went to school longer. You should have taken more different. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree with your self-loathing on that point, but you are extremely smart, and so is GD. And obviously, you guys both still continue to quest for knowledge, or you wouldn't have guests on that you could actually learn stuff from. So,
do you smell that number 2 though, or do you taste that number 2?
No, something smells like an infection to me. Something smells infectious.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh,
there it is.
That's a nice pelvis gap behind you, you fucking weirdo.
Thanks,
man. Body and a pelvis. What? Oh, barbell. Okay, dumbbell.
All of a sudden, he's acting. Oh, I'm a loan officer. You're a fucking teller.
You piece of shit. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
First of all, I'm a retail banker too. Is what I am.
Yeah, you're
number 2. Oh, is that what you are? Number 2.
It's also wearing a $50 hat. Fucking weirdo.
It was $40, and it went to a small but good cause.
I have a hat for you also that you can have because it's too big for my head. Like, you know who's
dunce cap?
Freaking
the fucking dunce cap.
Drippy Steve.
Where's my fucking bag of money, you fucking teller? I'm sorry. I'm just angry. Why am I so angry?
Is it because Justin didn't come in?
No, I'm looking for the guy who says I can send him your picture and he can. Oh, well, obviously he's fat.
How come we can't change Steven's name? His name is Drippy Steve.
Say something about his legs, not his fucking belly. Oh, by the way, GD said you lost a ton of weight, which would make you a half ton, right? No,
yes.
Lost a ton of weight from what? From his head to his belly?
I didn't say he lost a ton of weight. I said Melissa McCarthy lost a ton of weight.
No, I'm not talking about today. Last week you said something about Steven losing a ton of weight. You did. I'll play back the tape.
Steven could lose a ton of weight and still have 5 more tons to lose.
That's an empty threat, playing back the tape, but I will play back the tape. I'll find it.
Now this is just for Matt because I don't think he'll know who she is once I show.
I know.
God, so hot. She just kept getting hotter too, man. As she got older. Oof. Mary Lou Henner. You wouldn't know her, Steven.
Yep. Nope.
She had like
can you put that back up 1 second?
Didn't she have fitness videos like later on too? I feel like. God,
is it one is higher than the other, or like?
Well, she's leaning like this.
I I don't know. It seems like there's like balloons in her blouse.
Oh,
No,
no.
if you look at her
Find a
shoulders,
picture
you
of her
see
in
her
a-
shoulders not the same height. It's just the
Yeah.
way she's standing.
Find a picture of her in like in a party dress.
See,
She,
I never thought she was hot while that show was on, but you showed me that picture. I was like, well, wow, yeah, she's hot.
Oh,
Wow.
she was smoking. I was just a child. I was like, God damn, I was horny from a young age. I grew up watching Daisy Duke, freaking Wonder Woman. Oh my God. Charlie's Angels.
Both. Oh, Charlie's Angels.
Shut up,
Damn.
Steven. Oh, sorry. It's just a reflex.
What is Steven? What are you even doing here? Is there a reason you're here? Do you have something to promote? Something you wanted to talk about? Did you want to add to the conversation about smelling and tasting? What is your purpose here, you fucking bank teller?
And why is there an X-ray with a hammer in it?
Number
It's not
two.
a hammer, it's a dumbbell.
Dumbbell. See,
Oh.
dumbbell. The arrow should be
Okay,
pointing
I
at you.
thought. Okay, I thought somebody had Thor's hammer stuck up their ass.
It's a dumbbell.
I said,
with
damn,
arrow pointing at Steven.
Hemsworth lost his shit on the set. We're gonna need another hammer.
I'm still waiting for the hot picture of Mary Lou Henner. I'm just gonna find one myself.
That's great.
So you're not going to answer my question, are you? Number two.
Oh, I'm here because I missed you guys.
Oh,
What a
Jesus.
fucking lame reason that is.
Really? That is so. That is so.
You guys, I totally missed you guys.
I drove by your house because I can't sleep without your smell. You know?
No.
What the fuck?
I keep driving past all the places where we used to go.
You need to
I
get
have
that
to go.
sound effect.
We don't have sound effects anymore. We've done away with sound effects. I have to go through 3,000 different shows to try to find this guy with this phony fake fax machine or whatever he got, because I want to hear his dopey responses to the accusations I was leveling at him. You're a fraud. Get off my show. I'm glad you. I hope you get ass raped someday in prison.
Glad you got ass raped in fucking prison. You're a fucking dick.
I think I said I hope someday you get ass raped in prison. Whatever.
It's still one of my favorite sound bites.
I've had
a good one.
Lots of airline pilots on, which is really weird. How come I had so many airline pilots on?
It's because
I think every last one of them worked with Tom Cruise. That's what it seems like. There's like, yeah, I worked with Tom Cruise on Top Gun 3. I worked with Tom Cruise on the prequel to Top Gun.
I was gonna make reels out of that because I was going back. Lately, I've been going back and finding old shows to make reels out of. But that one with the guy who taught Tom Cruise how to be Top Gun, that was just dominated by Willie just saying, "I don't know if you know this, but I eat pussy like nobody's business." Like, oh God, why are you telling a Top Gun pilot that you? And listen,
It's so good. What?
Willie fucking he would brag about his fucking sexual prowess, but how come you've never been with a real hot chick ever in your life? If you got,
I was asked Steven that question.
No, a couple of them were hot. Don't try that.
Okay. But also Steven's not hot, so I can't believe they're hot for Steven.
Yeah.
And he's not going around constantly saying that he's the world's best cunnilingus expert, is he?
No, he writes it on the bathroom walls.
No.
No,
but for the listeners out there,
don't go to the stall after Steven has used it. You will read so much shit about Steven that he's written about himself on the wall.
It's true.
It's like I've never seen so much improper propaganda in my entire life.
Oh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Banksy
it is bullshit, but you write it anyway.
Banksy does it, and he's a fucking artist. I do it in a bathroom stall at a truck stop, and I'm a pervert. It's bullshit.
I didn't call you a pervert. I called it improper propaganda.
Okay, fair enough.
I can maybe it's possible that I just deleted this guy because he was such a fraud, but I'm not finding. I had this guy on who was Bart Siebel. You know who Bart Siebel is?
No, but I had a question for Beef Man because I wasn't paying attention. He said something about somebody in the show, and it seems like we were in awe of them. But I didn't know what show you're talking about.
The medical dude.
The doctor that was on was like a orthopedic surgeon. It was I don't remember why he was on, but it was very interesting. I don't know if he wrote a book or what, but New procedure.
Yeah,
Was it New
it's
Procedure?
all books. It's all these
I don't remember.
books.
Because I don't remember many people that was on the show that I was in awe of.
I think I probably
You
even made
were.
a comment that you actually weren't talking. I was like, oh,
I
this-
could have been typing something.
Yeah.
Or Matt wouldn't shut the fuck up. One of the two. No, I'm just teasing. So sometimes, especially if the guest is from like some neighborhood of New York where Matt is also familiar with, you know, next thing you know, they're on like memory lane, and I'm like, okay, why am I here again?
Yeah, if it has nothing to do with where GD's mom grew up, then he doesn't fucking care.
let's just boot Steven. We can't even hear him. I'm just gonna boot him.
You don't want to see him.
There we go. That's good.
Okay, let's replace him. There we go.
Yeah. Matt, you didn't think she was hot? Really?
Huh?
You
He,
didn't think
he was talking about
you didn't
some
think Mary Lou Henner
some-
was hot? Let's hear her again.
Uh,
Oh my god.
and he likes redheads, and he's not responding. So
Well,
I think he's just
So good.
I think he's just rebelling. That the fact that we showed him the
no,
picture.
I definitely think she's hot now. Looking at it, listen, from my vantage point right now, looking at that picture, I would say 10 out of 10. She's hot, smoking.
She still looks
hot.
good now.
Yeah.
I know, but at the
She looks good
time,
now.
somehow it just went over. Just, I didn't.
Also, because back then Matt was really into Christopher Lloyd. Well, I like Matt.
Great actor, by the way. That show was great. I don't care what anybody says. That show was fucking awesome.
It was a good show.
I like the opening of Taxi, and I think I zoned out after the song. Oh, that's a great song, and that's
Did the guy
all I cared
who wrote Hill Street Blues write that too?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah,
It
Pete
sounds very
Carpenter or
similar.
somebody.
That guy was really good. He sat down. He wrote the theme to Hill Street Blues. Like he just walked into his house, sat down on the piano, and wrote it in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Is that the one where
Taking
your way in the world today takes everything you got? Is that the one from Hill Street
No.
Blues?
I got a question for GD because he's black and he might know. So
Okay.
my question is, why were black television and movies in the 70s and 80s called black exploitation?
Here
That's
it is.
self-explanatory.
Here it is.
Yeah, it was.
Jeffersons?
Yeah, it was just because the movies were made for it was not about the art, it was about the money. They were just trying to get black people's money. So, for example, I mean, kung fu movies. You have like kung fu movies, like Bruce Lee movies and stuff like that. That was totally. If you had a black version of that, it was really campy, super campy. Maybe there was a social message in there, but they were just trying to get black people's money. Blackula, Read the Hard Way. It was just that's it. They weren't necessarily good movies. It was just let's get black people's money.
Shaft.
We don't want them to have. We do not want
You
them
say
to have,
black a lot.
We do
It's
not
not
want
even
them to
Black
have.
Friday.
We do not want them to have decent or accurate representation in theater, but we do want their money.
I would get out of my.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just curious. I was watching the Diddy documentary, and it was talking about shows and movies from the 70s and 80s, and it referred to it as black exploitation. And I was like, I was just curious.
Blaxploitation.
That's the white version of it. It's blaxploitation.
Yeah,
We didn't even put the X in there.
Yeah, typical fucking bank tellers, uneducated. I'm sorry. Scalarlight.com. I want everybody to go there and sign up for the 15-day trial. Send in your picture and see if it'll diagnose you. Here's what it says. The sacred source, Scalarlight, is emitted continuously from the sun of our solar system and all the stars in the universe. The architect of light, the animating life force of all spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical activity in the universe, the divine intelligence scalar light is omnipresent and serves as a carrier wave for all intelligence, information, blah, blah, blah. This is the guy, Tom Palladino, I think his name is. Yeah, Tom Palladino. He was the guy on the show that I was being very rude to, calling him a fraud. There's no pictures of him with his dopey little fax machine there, battery operated. He compares himself to like Tesla and Maxwell and all these fucking scientists.
He sounds like
you
he
mean
sounds.
the guy who made drip coffee?
No, this sounds like the guy who created Scientology.
L. Ron Hubbard?
Yeah.
This sounds like L. Ron Hubbard bullshit, is what it sounds like.
It does. And I think I called him out on that like a bunch of times, and he was getting angry with me. But people should go to his fucking website, scaleoflight.com, and just to get some results, like send him Steven, send him a picture of you, just a torso.
Yeah, send him.
And let's see if he even picks up, like the guy's got a problem with his legs. No, he won't even mention it. It'll be like, well, he looks like a fucking stupid bank teller. If that way you, but
he's gonna be the
failed
first
comedian, a quitter. Obviously a quitter.
Yeah. But his diagnosis. He's gonna be the first person with a diagnosis of gluttony. Is his?
Now, I wouldn't do it because. Let's face it, you send him a picture, he has your name, he does a little internet research, and he learns some shit about you. And
that's probably all
would be
pick
funny.
up his in a wheelchair because he'd find pictures of
send him a picture of GD and he'll write back, I think he could have set up the premise a little better. Whatever.
Speaking to Tim Loss, serious question though, does that make the scary movies? Does that make scary movies on the Wayans brothers exploitation? No, that is them taking back the power and making fun of that bullshit.
I agree.
It's hilarious. The same thing that they did with, all of their comedy is making fun of the bullshit, the way black people were depicted. So that's how they take the power back, which is awesome.
I agree. If you look at the way they
no one cares if you agree, Steven.
Okay, well, how about you go first?
Sorry, reflex to my show. Sorry, guys. Reflex to my show. Shut up.
I'm not Drippy Steve right now. Fuck.
Right.
All right. The blaxploitation movies, it's like I said, again, that was back in the 70s and stuff. I think when blacks began to make fun of the blaxploitation movies, there was like a movie called Fear of a Black Hat. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are parodies of the blaxploitation films.
Which is
totally different than the actual blaxploitation films themselves.
You know the Black Tornado?
No, what?
Oh, you gotta. If I can find the trailer for this one.
Now Dolomite,
good one.
I don't know that Dolomite.
Yeah, I think Dolomite
was doing it.
Yeah,
the only that I can think of that I've seen that made fun of that genre was Undercover Brother.
That's a good one too. Oh.
Yeah,
so
that's another.
Eddie Griffin.
Yeah,
Eddie Griffin. That's a good one. He's drinking big old orange soda in the beginning, and
big old orange soda
donut in his car, and then doesn't spill any of it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's got the big afro, the big belt buckle. The fucking, I love that movie, dude. That whole movie's so good.
Yeah, like I said, Fear of a Black Hat was pretty decent. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. That's
a good one.
That's really, yeah.
Have you seen Eddie Murphy? He redid the Dolomite movie. He did it like a biography.
Yeah, I saw that.
But it's a movie. Oh,
yeah, the Human really Tornado was that guy with Dolomite. The Human Tornado.
I can remember listening to Dolomite when I was like way too young to listen to Dolomite.
Yeah, my brother Bryant, the rapist. I'm sorry, the alleged rapist.
Whoa.
I believe that's pronounced therapist.
I'm sorry, therapist. My brother Bryant, therapist, whose particular modality was rape, was a year and a half older than I was, and so I was not really familiar with Dolomite per se, except for through him. And he knew like every fucking Dolomite line they could possibly know. And because he was so fluent in it, I honestly, for the action in the beginning, I thought he made the character up. I thought it was something he just made up. It really wasn't something as Dolomite. It wasn't until some other black kids, knew who Dolomite was. So.
And this is why I compare, and I think I said this to Jackie. I'm like, I compare Jackie to Dolomite. Because Dolomite, his whole thing was he was just saying all the old jokes and all the old phrases that everybody knew as a character in a good way. And like he took them all, compiled them, and that was his act. He didn't make that shit up.
Right.
It was stuff that he'd heard and everybody else heard, and he would go around and ask people, what are some of these old crazy things? And he just consolidated them, made his character.
Yeah,
You know?
Right.
Oh yeah.
And like, Jackie is using our jokes, everybody's jokes that everybody's heard, and he's delivering them in a fantastic way, better than everybody else does.
Let's get a copyright strike.
Of admission I can't be had. If you crave satisfaction, this is the place to find. Coming to this theater as its next attraction is the picture that will put you in faction. The Human Tornado.
He made me do it.
Bitch, are you for real?
I gotta watch that. They just put his dick.
With his wife, now he want to try to take my life. Go step on it and step on it quick. Burn some rubber, because we're going to deal with that trick.
Watch party.
It's awesome.
He think he's bad and he ain't got no class. I'm going to wrap this shotgun up his motherfucking ass. Yeah, I'm the Human Tornado.
No,
I
fuck, I
use
still
an
watch party.
earthquake to mix my milkshake. I eat an avalanche when I want ice cream. I punch a hurricane and made it a breeze. The Human Tornado!
Some dope shit right there.
That's
You
awesome.
missed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna look and see where I can watch the Human Tornado.
We gotta watch this. We gotta do a watch party.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do a Human Tornado watch party.
We
one
should.
night.
This is awesome, dude.
it's fucking awesome. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon for free.
Yeah, free.
Okay, so that's it. We'll watch it. We'll watch it together.
Okay,
Make
I
a
have a-
reaction. We'll do
I
a
have a
reaction film, a reaction
question.
thing of us watching Human Tornado.
Shut up, Steve.
Now, was that black exploitation or was that another really shitty special by GD?
That's almost funny there, number 2. Fucking bank teller.
It's also on
I'm
Tubi.
sorry.
That's awesome, man. I'm watching that.
Yeah, we gotta do.
We gotta do a watch party. We should do a
watch
watch
party.
party.
That was fun.
Fucking hilarious.
I will take copyright hits for that. It's free anyway. They probably don't even care. They're not even going to claim a copyright. They're not making money on it anyway. They're giving it away, right? So why
That
would
would
they?
be a
What
good one
if
to
we show it, but we mirror it, so it's actually in reverse?
That would probably.
way we altered it.
That would be a good one to
Yeah.
do on Twitch and actually promote it on Twitch. People would
Yeah.
watch us watch that movie.
That would be fun, dude. That was
It would
that.
be
That
fun.
trailer was fun to watch.
That
Like,
was good. That was. I'm already hooked. I'm like, oh god, I gotta watch.
dude, no shit. That was better than anything on right now.
Fuck
Like
yeah.
on any streaming service. That was great.
Especially since you could tell they made that torture device in like 20 minutes. I'm like, what do you guys got in your garage?
Dude, I know.
Lay on this piece of 2x4.
That one chick's ass looked just like my ex-wife's. That was hot.
Which part of your ex-wife? Her face or what?
Ass when she was
Oh.
shaking.
So, if
Fucking
you
weirdo.
do you guys remember last week when I was talking about being scammed or the possibility I was being scammed by the Swiss company? I checked out this company and they were going to
Yeah.
be sending me a check and equipment and all that stuff. I just got an email right now from somebody named Amos Walker. Speaking of black exploitation, this sounds like a guy who Amos and Andy
Yeah, who
Walker.
makes cookies? Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
he makes cookies.
He said, "Good morning, Matthew. You have needed via Zoom with the HR." What the fuck does that mean? I don't work for anybody. How HR? The check have been delivered. The check have been delivered to your home address. I believe you received it. No, I didn't get any. So this is the people. It just smells scammy. My wife just told me I should just take the check if a check ever does come and just open up a new account with it so I can be set and just talk to the bank people and say,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So what will
but that
happen? So-
Amos Walker,
So hold
Amos
on.
Walker it sounds scammy to me. It sounds
So,
like you think
hold on.
I'm
If you
black.
take the check to your bank, they will investigate it before it's deposited into an account, because if you deposit it and it is fraudulent, you'll be back charged for it. So it's better to just let them investigate it. If it's real, they'll deposit it in your account like normal, but if it's fraudulent, you'll avoid any issues.
Now, how
Yeah,
much do they charge for the investigation?
There's usually no cost if you're a customer.
Well, this is also like it makes it even more suspect that this Amos Walker guy. I mean, that's not a Swiss name, Amos Walker. Dumas Walker is a drink, right? In Arkansas or something. But well, you know, it smells more scammy than ever now. I got guy who has no English skills at all tell me I am wanted for a meeting with HR for a company I don't even work for. That's like a crazy. I don't even work here.
That's really bad if you got to meet HR and you don't work there. You've done something seriously wrong.
I have had a performance improvement meeting with an HR person who for a company I didn't work for, and I had to keep telling
Yeah,
them,
but you've been fired. You used to work for them, and they fired you. Or quit.
No,
right?
No, I was a contracted, you know, I was under contract, but I never worked for the company. I was never part of the company. And they asked me to do them a favor. One of their account managers was having difficulty setting up a website. Could I deal with their and then the guy had an attitude, and I said, listen, I don't need your attitude. I'm doing somebody a favor here. And they reported that to HR. We can't have Matt deal with these people because he's going to be rude to them. And she wanted to set up a performance improvement plan with me. I was like, what? You asked me for a favor. Don't ask the simple solution here. Don't ask me for any more fucking favors. Definitely don't give me can I talk to a guy who's going to actually talk down to me and not fucking give it back to him?
Which is why I've never asked Matt for a favor.
It's true. So anyway, that sounds double scammy to me.
It does, yeah. If you brought me that check, it wouldn't be deposited. No.
Why would anybody bring you anything, Steven?
I process hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but how
my bag of money, you
real?
fucking teller number two.
Are they still training you with Monopoly money, or are you handling real money now?
No, actually, so when you're in the training, when you're in the university, all the money looks like Monopoly money because they don't use real money for training.
Yeah, you guys are trying to make me go back to the 70s and become a Mary Lou Henner fan. Yes,
No.
I will say she looks fucking smoking hot here now. I don't know what was wrong with me in the 70s.
Yeah, what the hell was wrong with you?
Maybe he was gay then.
You know what?
Again?
I don't know.
You say again?
I don't know.
Oh, not
I don't know. What did I miss there? I missed that whole part. That was a good part of the 70s. I just kind of, I don't know. So I never thought of her in that way. You know who else? She's dead now, so I could say this. That people thought was sexy. Marky Post from Night Court.
Oh yeah. She died. Yeah, she died. What? 10 years ago? 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think she died. She died of like anal cancer, or something, rectal cancer, or something.
Christ.
That definitely doesn't help with the sexuality.
She was cute, but she wasn't.
Cute.
I wouldn't say she was sexy.
Right.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Like puppies are cute.
Yeah.
Puppies are
cute.
It was the whole. There was the whole area where the wearing the blazer with the tall hair with the weird hair. It was like
and also people they were looking for like this wholesome Olivia Newton-John type of vibe. When they find something that works, they just say, "Well, let's keep on doing it until people get."
Didn't Olivia Newton-John also die of
breast cancer?
Yeah, I think so.
Farrah Fawcett.
She didn't die of ass cancer, right? Oh,
Farrah Fawcett?
She did?
She died of,
why are they all getting out? Because
she died in a burning bed. Didn't she die in a burning bed?
So it's all because of your fucking generation and their ass eating that is giving. It's
whoa! My generation.
Look at him doing the sore hands imitation. The whoa! I wait a minute. I got to put a B there. Go ahead now. Make your point.
There's not. First of all, ass eating does not lead to ass cancer. If anything, HPV probably, but not ass cancer.
Oh, look at you! You're a fucking expert, eh? You know what the fuck you're talking about, eh? Why don't you? No, sorry.
Well, at the bank this week, come in with your free ass tonguing with when you open up a new account with teller number 2.
Yeah, maybe get Steven's medical opinion on things while you're there.
So, if the causation and whatever, we need to have to explain causation and correlation. But what if because your generation is the first generation of full on, like everybody eats ass in your generation. I mean, it's a thing. It's part. If you sign up for your generation, have to be in it.
I think half of it's just bullshit. They just need especially the comedians, because half the comedians haven't been near a person of the opposite sex forever.
So there is a correlation between. There is this correlation of all these ass eaters being born and all these hot women dying of ass cancer, though. Correlation, no, or no. There is no correlation.
Loosely.
I think it's rumor.
No causation.
There's loose causation, I guess. Causation, correlation.
No, I don't even think it's. I think it's association.
By association.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think it is.
John, how would we set up a scientific method to test my hypothesis about ass eating and the correlation between ass eating and dead hot women?
It's a tough one. I think we got to do a lot of swabs. We got a lot of swabs involved.
Swabs.
You mean the guy? You mean the guy that investor, Charles Schwab? That guy?
Schwab.
Charles Schwab.
No. But no. Farrah Fawcett died of anal cancer. It doesn't say what Marky Post's type of cancer was.
You know, I thought I was joking when I said that. I didn't.
No, I told you. No,
I know, but I still thought I was joking when I said it out of my mouth. I thought I was joking.
Oh,
what would you say it out of if not your mouth? Would you say it out of your ass?
Yeah,
you can actually breathe through your ass, so maybe that's why he was thinking he could speak.
How it works? Upload your photograph, your facial photograph. Your photograph is embedded with your unique scalar light signature.
God, Matt, are you still going back to that?
I am. And it's influenced by scalar light instrument. Your photograph serves as a biolocated scalar light version. That explains it, right?
Wow, Olivia Newton-John died from metastasis. That's horrible. Her death was terrible. She had breast cancer metastasized to her spine.
Oh,
God damn.
So tomorrow we
had. So at that point, she could no longer get physical. Then
that's
fucking uncalled for. I loved Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, we are way over time here. We should be getting out of here. Tomorrow, Denny Somach, who hates my guts, will be here to talk about his new book, which it's an update of his previous book, Get the Lead Out, which is also it's about Led Zeppelin. So we'll talk about the greatest rock band of all time, which GD hates.
Nirvana?
GD hates.
Crack the Sky.
Nirvana?
No. The greatest band of all time.
But the entertaining part is know in advance this guy Denny, he hates my guts. He's been on the program. He wanted to tell me to get off his show and get ass raped. This is how much he hates me. For some reason, his girlfriend, woman that he lives with, convinced him to come back on the show tomorrow so he could hate on me some more. So you get to witness that and enjoy. I know. Me too. I'm excited to be told that he wants me to get ass raped. Will
he be here at 11? Because I'll try to jump on and join in with
boy. We all can't wait for that.
He gets on at 10:15. Yeah, so he will be. Yeah. So if you want to join us,
I do.
I'm joining. Good, because maybe he'll hate you as much as he hates me. Then
I'll piss him off.
That's a safe bet that he's gonna hate Steven.
I don't know why we were lucky enough to get the Beaver here on a Monday. Usually we don't get him till Thursday. We have a fucking orgy going on. I think Elizabeth Corden is bringing like 10 people in. Some of them might be Hollywood movie stars and stuff. Thursday's going to be like a wild day. Like, I don't know if we have enough seats for everybody. That's how much it is. So, and you're welcome to join in the orgy. I'm just putting out the invitations now.
Let's do it. Love orgies.
So let's wrap this up. Steven, go
fuck yourself.
Stick your tongue in the ass of every customer who comes to your teller window. Teller number 2.
Turn on your radio.
Don't forget to watch.
Don't forget to watch what?
Don't forget to listen to the Slaptail Squad podcast with special guest Minddog.
I think there was some stuff about ass eating and that was after.
You're not.
That was after we were up.
That was
after we were off the air. Anyway.
Yeah, new episodes of What Makes Us Laugh come out tomorrow.
Come out of what?
The podcast world. Wherever you get podcasts.
Everyone with insomnia, listen to What Makes Us Laugh.
All right. Don't forget to stick your tongue in the customer's ass if you work in a bank. Bye.
Nope.
What?
Turn on the radio.
to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.